Hello everybody, it's me again, Junebug, with the last video today for our redesigns. This video was supposed to be posted on Friday, but I forgot to mention that I do have an actual working job outside of YouTube, and this is really just a hobby for me. I work at a McDonald's, sadly, and it sucks. But I will get into the video now because it's been long awaited. So the first redesign I'm doing is of Fluttershy because why not? We all love Fluttershy. Me personally, I love her so much. Been my favorite ever since I was younger. But it was honestly really hard for me to try and get her design down because I know what I wanted to do, but I don't think I currently have the skill sets to, so I'm thinking maybe in like a future video, like maybe months or maybe a year from now, I will come back to this and I will do a little bit better. And as you can see, I did struggle with the hooves because I wanted to make her long and lanky, as I've seen with other people do with her design, because that just, it feels like Fluttershy to me. Now, initially, I didn't really want to change much about Fluttershy's design because her original design is already pretty cute and pretty soft as is. The only thing I really changed with her design was just, I believe, the hair and like a bit of the coat color. I think I made it a little bit brighter, as you'll see later in the video, but honestly, Fluttershy's original design is just super cute and I genuinely like it. I know that a lot of my designs haven't really changed much of the characters because I don't know. I feel like if I was to change too much about the characters, and I feel like they'd get lost. But I will try, maybe in future versions, if I do decide to revisit this series for the redesign, I will try to later on maybe try and make more prominent designs for the characters into what I initially wanted but couldn't do because of my current skill set. So as you can see, I did decide to give Fluttershy her little braids in her hair because I had seen other people designing her with braids in her hair and I'm like, oh my god, I love that. Good idea. So I decided to use that, and personally I think it made it look really great. I didn't want to do more with it, but I don't think I currently could because I was just so focused on making her look pretty. I did initially also want to give her flowers in her hair. I did not unfortunately record that part, but I did do something similar, but I was just too lazy to actually put flowers in her hair. So my little headcanon for Fluttershy is that she generally doesn't really have that strong of wings, of course, and you know, my tiny little headcanon, as I've already stated, I am so sorry, but my thing is that since, you know, she doesn't really have like this skill set to like perfectly like fly like really fast, or you know, like super high without executing like a lot of like energy and everything, she generally just likes to stay on the ground unless her parents want to come like visit her. Then they'll come visit her at her house, or she will go there just as like a little treat. She doesn't usually do it almost every day, of course. Like she'll do it every once like 2 weeks, or you know, just to say hi to her parents, you know, see how they're doing. But most of the time they'll come visit her, since you know, since it is shown in the show that she does have like, you know, anxiety about certain things. I feel like she'd have a lot of anxiety about flying up there just to, you know, visit her parents because she doesn't really have strong wings. And I know that I made like her wings like super big, but it's because for me personally, I like to look at things somewhat, you know, realistically, as in if this was like an actual horse with wings, I feel like no matter what, if they were a strong flyer or not, definitely have huge wings to like compensate for the weight of like the actual horse itself, if that makes any sense whatsoever. but I just wanted to give that a little bit because I personally love the idea that, you know, she can't really fly well, you know, of course, like she can and everything if she needs to, but, you know. Now, as we are getting into the line art, I thought I'd mention that if you guys have noticed throughout the videos, especially with when I did Twilight's redesign, that anytime I do draw the wings, it's usually during the line art when I add the actual feathers of the wings, because for me personally, it helps a lot to just shape out like where the actual wing goes and then add the feathers later on, because I feel like it helps a lot. And of course, possibly after this video is uploaded within like a few days, maybe like 4, I will do a whole video on how I draw wings, because I have seen a lot of comments saying that they would love a tutorial, and I would love to help out any way that I can. So I will definitely do that in the future, but for now, I will just let this speed paint for the outlining, of course, finish up, and then once we get into the coloring, I'll be back. So as we are getting into the coloring, as you see, anytime I do decide to do the outlining, you know, with the freehand tool and, you know, blocking the entire color palette of everything, usually what I like to do first before anything else is make sure that I have the eyes in the proper place. I feel like that helps a lot when it comes to just coloring in general. Of course, if you don't like doing that, then you don't have to. Feel free to completely deviate from that. I'm not a, you know, pro artist or anything telling you what you can and can't do, because art is subjective. But for me, it's more easy personally whenever, you know, you can block out the eyes real quick. You know, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. You know, you could use like off color, whatever you need to, before actually going in with the rest of the color and coloring it all in, so that, you know, you could see where the eyes are at least, so you don't have to, you know, remove the color layer real quick, check the sketch, put in the eyes, and then move the color layer back on, because that just feels really time consuming for me. But if you do want to, you know, like not have as much time consuming as that, then I would suggest just doing the eyes real quick and then doing all the color, because that saves a lot of time from what I've noticed. But of course, don't have to listen to me. You could take this with whatever, a grain of salt if you need to. But yeah. Also, while we are waiting for the entire, color palette to, of course, blend in, or not blend in, but you know what I mean. I just kind of wanted to go on a little rant or tangent for a second because I know that I did post something like beforehand, of course, letting everybody know like, hey, this video is going to be late and everything. Of course, with a jelly art style type of like drawing that I did as like a little bit of a practice because I personally love it. I just wanted to address that on TikTok. I do still see like a lot of people that, use the jelly art style, and I still see them get a lot of hate for it. And to me personally, if you don't like something, just scroll past it. It's generally not that hard. It's super easy, even if you think it's not. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to go on that little tangent that since art is subjective, if you don't like something, you don't really have to comment and, say that you hate it, blah, 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 give this person the hate or whatever. You could just ignore it. But that's just a me thing. But yeah, I think later on in future videos, I might do studies of different art styles, especially from TikTok, because I am on TikTok. Not as much as I was when I was in middle school, but I would love to try and learn more with the jelly art style because just the rendering process is super fun for me. And also with that comes a little something else that I wanted to talk about with like art. You don't tend to, actually see like the actual drawing in practice. Of course, all these speed paints make you think like, especially from when I was younger, like I would think like, oh my god, they're drawing so fast, completely ignoring the fact that it's a speed paint. Me personally, I feel like you should like not really take the standard of speed paints drawing like super fast, but instead take your time with the drawing. So, you can still have time to do other things, of course, and just really, enjoy the craft. Because I feel like when I was younger, I always tried to draw super fast, and that kind of is why I got a little bit of an art block when I was like, for like a year in freshman year, I did not draw anything because for years and years on end, I had been just drawing super fast with MLP or anything else because I thought, oh, if I get this done super fast, I could do other stuff. But I've come to realize that maybe just, don't draw super fast and take your time with drawings because it can improve that way and it can help in a lot of ways and everything. But yeah, I don't know if that helps or anything, but it was just a little rant that I wanted to go on. But as you can see, since we are getting into the hair coloring, you can see I did kind of struggle a bit with that little part of the, hair separation. But yeah, I also did decide to, of course, actually go in and, shade everything, because I felt like that would really help Fluttershy's character pop out, of course. But yeah, sorry for the little rant. I just wanted to talk about that real quick. I have no idea why. My channel, I do what I want. But yeah. And also, that does bring me to another thing. If you guys would love to see, like, more videos about me talking about the most randomest stuff or just ranting about, like, literally anything, please tell me, because initially, when I first started this channel, I did kind of want to become, like, an art YouTuber rant type of thing or art commentary type of YouTuber. But then, I kind of gave up on that idea, like, early on because I'm just like, why? It's so much work. But yeah, just let me know if you guys would love to see anything like that. I know I've been talking for, like, so long, so I'm really sorry if I annoyed any of you. But yeah, just let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear. Now, I also did want to mention that with Fluttershy, initially I wanted to do a lot more with her design, but I think just the simplistic design really just makes it look like Fluttershy, because I feel like if it's Fluttershy, she definitely, doesn't have a lot going on. She's super simple, and also in the show you can see that. So I didn't really want to do anything too specific. Of course, I did do more with Rainbow Dash because, of course, I saved the best for last because I absolutely love them so much. And Oh my god, that brings me to another little thing. I'm so sorry. Let me go on another rant real quick. But did anybody else, when they were younger watching My Little Pony, just could not call Rainbow Dash a girl? Like, was it just a me thing? Because I swear, anytime I saw Rainbow Dash, I always genuinely just called her, like, a guy. Like, I always just said he or they just automatically without even knowing, you know, what pronouns are or whatever as a kid. I just, that's what I did. Did anybody else do that, or was it just me? Like, I need to know, please. I need to know I wasn't crazy. I also just want to mention and say thank you so much for all the recent support on my last video and how many views it got. I did not at all expect it to get like 1K views. Like, I was just like thinking like, oh, it'll probably get like 100 or 200 and then, you know, I can make the next video. But with how many views I got, I was actually so happy because it's not like about the views for me. It's about the fact that people genuinely like to watch my content and everything. Like, that's something that really makes me happy. You know, that at some point I probably will have like super dedicated fans and everything watching my stuff. And that to me just makes me super happy in general. It just makes me feel like I'm actually doing something like right, you know, I guess in a sense. I don't know like what you would call it, I guess, but it's more of the fact that like I'm just like super thankful, especially with all the new subscribers I've gotten. Like, oh my goodness, like when I first saw it, I'm just like, whoa, what happened? Did my video hit the algorithm for once? But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much. Like, I know you can probably hear this from like a lot of other, you know, YouTubers and stuff, but to me it's just like actually like it makes me super happy that, you know, people genuinely like to watch my content and then comment on stuff, you know, like with all like the feedback and everything and people saying that I had really great character design. I'm so happy that you guys think I did, even though in my eyes I think like I kind of fall short when it comes to certain designs and everything, because like I'm not really used to drawing like super detailed or like, you know, certain things with ponies and everything. But I just wanted to say thank you so much, because from the bottom of my heart it actually means like so much to me that people enjoy my stuff. But yeah, and as for Fluttershy's finish, we will move on to Rainbow Dash next. So for Rainbow Dash, I decided to do a little something different. As I've done with every other pony, it seems to either be standing in like a neutral pose or, you know, sitting, or like, you know, with Fluttershy, it was kind of low to the ground, it was all standing. So instead for Rainbow Dash, I decided to have them flying around, because I'm like, why not? It's Rainbow Dash. Obviously, they're gonna be flying around. Like, are you kidding me? That's the whole point. But yeah, generally, I just really love to do Rainbow Dash's design, because I did take inspiration from like other things that I've seen, especially on TikTok, because I did kind of get inspired to make these videos from, you know, YouTube and of course TikTok and everything, because I've seen so many, you know, other people do like, what do you call it, the redesigns and everything of the ponies, and I'm like, yes, just yes, let me join. So as you can also see, I decided to add little, like, I did want to initially add like feathers to like her bottom hooves and everything, because since it's Rainbow Dash, she's definitely gonna have like those types of feathers, like super fast flyer and everything. I didn't want to add those with Fluttershy because I felt like, you know, there was already just, it was already nice the way that Fluttershy was like drawn and everything. I genuinely already liked it and everything. So I just decided to give that to Rainbow Dash, because why not? Make it a little more interesting and diverse, I guess, in a sense. but I think it turned out really great for their design and everything. And of course, you know, I did give Rainbow Dash eyelashes, but I didn't tend to do too much because it's Rainbow Dash, tomboy energy, all that. Yeah. Now, the one thing I really did want to change with Rainbow Dash was their hair, because I really did like how they did the hair for Rainbow Dash. In the one episode that Starlight had come to Twilight, you know, and decided to go back in time and absolutely ruin everything. And, you know, when Rainbow Dash was fighting against King Sombra, I just really loved that hair design, the way that it was, you know, like the little undercut. And then, of course, you have all the, you know, front hair, like slightly grown out in front. I don't know. That to me is just like so Rainbow Dash right there. So I decided to give her that and everything. And of course, with the tail and everything, I didn't want to do like too much. So I kind of gave her like a medium length tail, because I feel like if it's Rainbow Dash and, you know, she's gonna be flying absolutely everywhere. I feel like if her tail was to get caught on something, you know, she would hate it. So I just generally decided to give her like a medium length tail that she annually cuts or whatever, you know. I don't know. I just thought it would be really nice for them. But yeah. And of course, I decided to give Rainbow Dash slightly bigger wings than I initially gave for Fluttershy, because since Rainbow Dash is a very, very strong and fast flyer, I feel like her wings would have grown out to compensate for that. You know, just the fact that since they're super fast and super strong as is already, I feel like the wings would just, you know, grow to be like super big so that they could fly and everything, obviously. But with that, I will let the outlining finish and I will come back for the initial coloring. So now that we are getting into the coloring aspect of it, I did decide to give Rainbow Dash, of course, like a slightly lighter tone than in the show to give off that more, you know, sky blue type of color as I've seen a lot of other artists do, because personally, I think that just really fits Rainbow Dash in like every single way possible. Of course, I also wanted to just rant a little bit about something else, because while I've been editing this video, I've been watching the new video that Izzy posted. If you guys know who that is, shout out to her, because honestly, amazing. I love her content so much. But generally, I kind of just wanted to talk about like color palette stealing, because like while I was watching her video, I did leave a comment on like my other channel that I have, because I technically have two, one that is this one and the other one is technically just yeah, that's just for random stuff. That's where I have most of my subscriptions at, and also it's where I have YouTube Premium, so yeah. But like, I just wanted to talk about the fact that I don't think you can actually steal a color palette. That sounds like MLP drama from like 2014 from what I remember seeing. Like, what? But yeah, I just wanted to kind of comment on that for a bit, because personally, stealing colors is like, what are you talking about? But yeah, anyways, to the actual drawing, as you can see, I decided to give Rainbow Dash like these cloud-like patterns on her skin, because I feel like that fits her a lot in my opinion, and I feel like it looks good. It looks good on her. Of course, like around her like hip and everything, I decided to give more cartoony, you know, clouds and everything, and then everywhere else I kind of just gave her like more realistic, slightly sort of, I don't know what you would call it, but yeah, to me personally, I feel like that's just perfect, absolutely perfect for Rainbow Dash in every single way. I feel like it just gives more to the character and makes him look more like, you know, sort of main character-esque, if you know what I mean. And of course, for Rainbow Dash's wings, since I do with every single other like Pegasus of mine, I always give them like faded wings of different colors, and since Rainbow Dash's hair, you know, is different colors every single time, I decided to give Rainbow Dash's wings like the hint of, you know, the rainbow on her wings, you know, fading it out, of course. And initially with Rainbow Dash's tail and everything, I got inspired to do that by another artist that I saw on TikTok and everything, that, you know, didn't do like the rainbow hair and everything for her tail, instead like did like this really nice dark blue color or whatever. So I kind of took inspiration from that and I did that, and I think it turned out really great. What do you guys think? So as you could see, for when I was doing the wings and everything, I did want to give Rainbow Dash that little lighter tone of the rainbow and everything, like the pastel or whatever, because I feel like that it works a lot. And of course, you could see me going through my gallery and everything to find a certain thing for Rainbow Dash, which was their cutie mark, because I have drawn Rainbow Dash in the past in like a weird way that I didn't like initially. So yeah, but I decided to give them the cutie mark that I made then, because honestly, I still really, really like that design of the cutie mark that I did, and I think it just fits super well. But yeah, and of course you can see me adding all the colors and everything for the outlines, you know, because I'm weird like that. But yeah, so I guess that's all for this. I don't know what else I can really talk about, but yeah, I'll just let this finish up and then I will come back to you at the end of the video. so much to everybody that decided to watch today. I really appreciate it. And of course, I just wanted to mention again because I kind of need a little bit of money so my account does not go negative. I do have commissions open for MLP designs like mashups or whatever on my Instagram if you want to go check that out. It is the pinned post and everything. Just thought I'd promote that again just in case. But I did want to say thank you so much for listening to me rant about the most randomest stuff in this video today. My mind has literally been all over the place. Today, I literally woke up at 11 and then 2 hours later, I'm like, oh yeah, I need to finish this video. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Of course, like and subscribe if you do like my content. If you don't, go ahead and dislike it and move on. I genuinely don't care. It's whatever you want to do, you know, that's a you thing. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a really lovely day.